Everyone, and welcome to Arcadia Fallen, the Legend of the Spirit Alchemist. And it's brought to us by our new friends at Galdra Studios. Yeah. As much as I'd love to listen to that tune, we're here to get into the game. So I did learn a new thing while talking to, something else while talking to one of my friends. Apparently there is a way to, apparently by clicking the other way for the mouse, you can turn things the other way. So, yeah, that's the thing. Alright, so we left off. There's a lot of talk about heading to the mines to see what's going on there. I think instead we're going to check out the Ivy Woods, because they've been talking about the woods a lot, so let's see what's going on here. Oh, damn. That is not good. The Ivy Woods are silent. Everything is still among the blackened trunks of dead trees, as if the wildlife has also heeded the warnings to stay away. Yeah. This is horrible. It's gone. All of it. The trees, the birds. Losing your home like this. If I had been a spirit living in these woods, I would have been sad too. But nothing's here. I knew this would be a waste of time. I understand that you have questions you want answered, mine, but everything looks just as it did when we were here last. There are no clues left for us here. I guess you're right. While we're here, we might as well get some samples for Quinn. Maybe they'll be able to figure something out. You step away to gather a few samples for Quinn. A pinch of dirt, a twig, and dried leaves. It only takes you a minute, and you've completed your task. Victoria then sighs impatiently. You're done? Then let's get out of here. Wait, did you hear that?
I can't believe this.
Mime, I swear I will. Shh. Listen. Your group falls silent and listens carefully. And after a while, you pick up on the faint sound too. It sounds like a person singing? I'm starting to get that feeling again. You know, like back when the shop was burning. I think there might be something dark ahead. No way that's anyone from town. Everyone is way too scared to go out here. Who could that possibly be? Victoria's eyes are hard as she stares ahead towards the sound. Her hand is resting on her sword when she begins walking towards it. Stay close to me. You walk among the black trees, every step taking you all closer to the sound of singing. Stepping out into a small clearing, you find a large willow tree by a small lake. It is black and dead like the rest of the forest, but among its branches sits a small sparrow. The song is coming from the bird, but it is very much the voice of a human woman singing enthusiastically. There are stories to be told, daring and bold, in the Merry Sparrow's Inn. Below the tree, resting beside the black trunk, sits a man, looking quite pleased with listening to the sparrow's performance. His eyes flicker to you only for a moment, and his smile widens.
It seems more have joined your audience, little one. Why don't you give us an encore?
The bird seems to perfectly understand the man and puffs up its little chest proudly before throwing itself into another verse. Come, traveler, with your weary heart into the dark of the lantern forest. There lies an inn with open doors, where the light is burning the brightest. Let the warmth heal your frozen bones. May the ale in our tallest glass pour. For the pain within your broken soul, we all travelers know just the cure. There is light to be found within. There are stories to be told, daring and bold in the Merry Sparrow's Inn. The bird finishes its song and does a tiny bow, and the stranger claps, smiling brilliantly.
Bravo! Beautifully done.
Yeah, it was
That
a...
was lovely. Your friend is quite talented.
She is, isn't she?
The bird puffs up its chest and looks awfully pleased.
Also a bit of a prima donna, but you know, comes with the territory.
It's an abomination. That's what it is.
Wow, Victoria! Again, jumping to conclusions.
Someone has cursed the bird with magic. Better put it out of its misery.
Dude, why are you so anti-magic?
Now hold on there. There's no reason to act so rashly. The bird is not hurting anyone.
Its very existence is a breach of the law. Who's to say it doesn't carry other, more dangerous curses? If someone got hurt due to our inaction, would you be able to live with that?
You are overreacting.
Yes. Thank you.
It's an enchanted bird, not some malignant spirit out to eat our souls. The world is not going to end if we let this one go.
Ooh, yeah. I'm already on shaky ground with Victoria, but at the same time, it's a bird. I mean, she and I are not going to get along because she's got her own issues. Yeah. It's one bird. Chill the frick out.
He's right, Victoria. We can't just kill the poor thing on a mere suspicion. Not all magic has to be evil. You.
Ah, a voice of reason. How refreshing.
The bird flies off.
And there she goes. No doubt off to add your hero's deed to her song. Sparrows are the patrons of heroes' stories, after all. And they do have a soft spot for heroic deeds. And tragedy. Perhaps that is why she came to sing in this place.
Yeah. Okay, big question. Who the heck are you?
I wonder.
Who are you?
You may call me Michael. As for who I am, I always find that's a question best answered over a glass of wine. No?
Maybe later. I might take you up on that invitation sometime.
Oh, really?
I'd be delighted to have such interesting company.
Tell me about...
What are you doing out here?
Interesting.
I was searching for answers to a curiosity of mine. Did you find it? The answer, then? I did. Well, what was it? That's A secret. Okay. Are we gonna make Michael into Zelos from Slayers here? Because already that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Just. Now that's a secret. Just. I'd be more afraid of losing my head if I were you. So scary. You're an odd one, you know that?
Oh, really?
A lone traveler on the road to the nearest tavern is not that rare, I would imagine. I'm actually a lot more curious about you.
A villager leading a demon hunter and a spirit into a dead forest. Sounds like a legend about to be told. Or the start of a joke. Hard to tell.
Yeah. Half of one, 6 of one, half dozen of another. You're right. We are kind of an odd bunch, and... Wait! You see me? Victoria's hand flies to her sword. There we go. That seems to be Victoria's answer to everything. Hang swords out. Michael, however, only smiles lazily.
How curious.
Of course I see you. You're right here, are you not? But no one is supposed to see me. Only...
What?
You're a mage? So perceptive. Gotta be careful around you. But yes, I happen to know a bit of magic. But I'm mostly just a I am just a simple traveler. Nothing fancy. There's a sudden rumble of the earth, a deep growl cutting through the air. Alex, I think that this sounds like...
Blasted.
Something's coming. Stay behind me. The tall willow tree is shaking, the dark hole in the trunk retracting as if taking a deep breath. And a force of darkness bursts out towards your group! See, in Dungeons & Dragons, this is what you would call a roll for initiative. Victoria moves to parry, but the darkness knocks her away. Victoria! The shadow turns and heads straight towards you.
I think not.
A hand reaches around you and pulls you back. His hands are glowing with a sinister purple light as he commands.
Return to your true form.
The force is frozen in midair, suspended by a bright glow. It hangs still for a moment before, much like the demon in the shop, its form expands and bursts into the shape of another demon. Insolence! You dare try to stop me? I believe you are the one rudely interrupting a private moment. I suggest you get lost now. The purple glow is crackling like fire, swirling in his hands before shooting out as a blast, striking the demon and sending it back reeling. You... Alex, you know what you have to do. Okay, There we go. No! The demon roars as it is sucked into the locket, and then it grows silent, the glow of the artifact slowly fading. I mean, not to be rude to Michael, but let's check out her gal that got knocked down. You slip out of Michael's grip and rush over to Victoria, who is picking herself up with a groan. Victoria, are you okay? I am fine. Only a wounded pride. But you... Victoria picks up her sword and points it at Michael. Who? Me? Do not play dumb. I saw what you did there. You are a mage. Oh, he's just like Quinn then.
No.
Quinn is a legal practitioner with a degree from the Mage Academy.
This man is an outlaw, a chaotic mage.
Chaotic, really? You make it sound so violent.
I see myself more as a naturalist magic user. But I should expect nothing less from a demon hunter.
Speak, mage. What are you doing here? Enough.
It's no coincidence that a wild mage appeared just before a demon showed up. Enough with the sword already. The demon might have been attracted to my magic, but I didn't come here to be murdered by that thing. I came because of the forest. You did? What do you know of it? The sparrows were singing about a great evil destroying the meadow. I came to see it for myself. Check if this might be some new corrupted type of nature magic.
Really?
And was it? Did you find out what caused this?
Interesting.
I have a couple of suspicions. The fact that a powerful demon like that showed up certainly makes things a lot more interesting.
What do you mean?
What do you guys mean by chaotic mage? What does that even mean? It is a term used to describe any type of magic that is not authorized by the Empire. Which means in this little gathering, I am actually the third individual who would fall under such a category. Talk about throwing stones. Do you know a lot about this type of magic? You pick up a few things here and there, living on the road like I do. Why are you doing this? Wouldn't it be much safer for you to stay away? Of course, but what would be the fun in that? We're trying to figure out why these demons are showing up in town, among other things. You say they might be connected? Maybe we can help each other.
Interesting.
That little trinket of yours certainly does seem useful. However, I enjoy my head as it is right now, and your demon hunter friend is sharpening her blade. As if I'd let you off that easily. He saved me, Victoria. If he was here for some nefarious reason, would he really have helped back there? You're not wrong. I guess we can give him a chance. But one wrong move and... I know. Off with my head. So, what do you say? You lend us a hand and we'll keep Victoria off your back. A curious proposition. But you are also quite a curious person, are you not? The stranger steps closer to you and looks you over, a calculating look in his eyes that makes you feel like he's seeing right through you. He smiles. Perhaps you are not quite so ordinary. I mean... Yeah, just, I don't know. I all right. I know what I'm gonna do here. Are they? Oh, it's right here. We will leave this up to chance, since I don't have a coin on me. We'll do the next best thing. And roll a die. I have a dice rolling app on my phone here, so we'll just roll a d4 here and see what our possible outcomes are going to be. Alright. No, I mean, that doesn't sound... I don't know. I think we got some possibilities here, so, you know, let's go with it. You're not quite so ordinary yourself, despite what you've said. I'd love to learn more about you.
Oh, this will be good.
Oh, I'm sure you and I will have our chance to get to know each other quite well, very well soon enough.
Very well. I will help you out. This looks like it might turn out to be quite amusing after all.
Wow. Thank you. Isn't this great, Victoria?
I'm keeping a close eye on you, Mage.
I would be disappointed if you didn't.
Well, I, for one, am happy to get new friends. Welcome to the team, Michael.
Thank you, mine. Now let's go hunt down some demons, shall we?
Wow.
You're hiding something, Mage.
I am a man of many secrets, dear Victoria. You'll have to be more specific.
The reason you're here. You claim you came here to investigate the forest, but that's ludicrous. Why would you willingly put yourself at risk like that? Just, what's in it for you?
It can't possibly be because I'm concerned and want to help.
Unlikely.
So cold. Just like you, I'm here to lend a hand. So we can avoid more incidents like the forest. And as things are now, I'd say you need all the help you can get.
Just know that I'm keeping an eye on you.
I know. And how I feel for those poor eyes. Between me and the alchemist, they must be rolling around your skull, trying to keep up.
Okay then. Well, let's take these samples back to Quinn and see what they have to say. Oh, Alex, you're back already? What can I do for you?
We did it.
We went out to the forest and I gathered your samples. Can you use them to figure out what happened to the forest? Alex, this is amazing. I should be furious you went out there, though. At least you didn't go alone. It's just, I can't help but feel something bad is about to happen. It is like a slow storm rolling in, and I cannot stop it. I will get straight to work. I'll let you know as soon as I've learned anything new.
I'll be off then.
That's all for now. See you later, Quinn.
Take care.
Take care, and try to stay out of trouble.
How curious.
Michael, you're staring. Why are you staring?
Oh, my apologies. I was lost in thought. I've seen many spirits in my travels, but no one quite like you.
I don't think I've ever seen a traveler quite like you either. You're a lot more colorful.
I can imagine. Here's to defying expectations.
Okay, so before we go to the tavern... Oh, there's a Victoria thing here. You know what? Let's go to the tavern. The air inside the tavern is warm, and a pleasant scent of burning firewood and savory foods washes over you as you step inside. Michael is lounging by the bar, wine glass in hand, his brightly colored robes making him stand out against the mostly wooden interior.
What can I do for you?
But why, hello there, Alex. Here to join me for a drink? Yeah, why not? I would like that very much, yes. Michael smiles and motions for the barkeep. A drink appears in your hand soon afterward. A toast to us, then. Demon slayers and supernatural investigators. What a fate I've stumbled into. He takes a sip of the deep red liquid before setting the glass back down, giving you his undivided attention.
Let's see.
So, what brings you to seek me out like this? Got some curiosity you need sated?
Tell me about...
For someone who's considered an outlaw, you're not that good at keeping a low profile, are you?
I find it's a balance you have to tread. Blending too much, and people will think you are shifty. Be loud and colorful, and people will take notice. But if you're quiet and colorful, well, people will still notice, honestly, but there's no fun in dressing like a fugitive. If my handsome clothes are what end up getting me killed, that's a fair trade for being fashionable, is it not?
So, a wild mage, huh? Curious, are we? Don't worry. I'm not nearly as interesting as the stories make us wild ones out to be. I'm a mage, but I didn't study at the proper school, and am therefore considered a dangerous individual. That seems really unfair. Yet, that is the world in which we live. Do not feel sad. I am usually pretty good at staying out of trouble. You gotta make do with the cards you have been dealt, no?
I wonder...
Why is it you never went to the academy? I thought the government had people scout out kids with the talent and bring them in. It wasn't like they didn't try. My past is not that interesting, to be honest, but it isn't exactly a cheery fairy tale either. One best not bring down the mood in such pleasant company. Maybe I'll share it with you some other time. That's understandable. Let's talk about something else then. Actually,
See you around.
I should get back to this whole mission quest thing. Michael smiles and picks up his glass.
All right.
Very well then. I will be here if you have more questions. You know what? Now that oh, okay, we can just go and talk with Elizabeth or Victoria. So,
Welcome back.
oh, hello, Alex. Welcome back. Did you need something?
I'll do it.
I'm ready for you to teach me alchemy. Very well. Let us get to work then. Because I think I can get this.
You did it!
Yeah, 4-star mosquito repellent.
I'm proud of you, dear.
Alright, now that I've... No.
How did it go?
There we go. Okay.
That's splendid.
I'm an alchemy master! Okay, healing potion. Oh, the sleeping drought. Okay. Let's see. Oh, nope, other way.
Well done!
Ooh, 1 turn or less. Ooh.
Well done.
There we go. Alright. Let's see. Got that. Got that. That. Yep, that. Alright. The healing potion.
Oh, that's splendid.
Nope.
Well done.
There we go.
How did it go?
Alright. I think that's everything that he can make so far. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 2, and 4. Yep, that's I am maxed out on stars at the moment. I have some questions.
I see.
Of course. What would you like to know? Oh, and
The offer.
okay.
Be careful of.
Yeah, I don't. Let's talk with Victoria. Kind of get her 2 cents worth on how things are going. The streets outside the shop are as busy as usual, but the people take a wide berth around the alchemy shop when they pass by. Whether it's rumors of the fire or Victoria's imposing figure scaring them off is anyone's guess.
So,
You know you are allowed inside. You don't have to stay out here while we take a rest. Oh, what about a cup of tea or something? Victoria seems genuinely surprised by your offer, and her posture softens a little.
I see.
That is a very kind offer. Thank you. However, for now, I would prefer to stay out here and observe. I will have time to rest once the mission is over. Was there anything you wanted?
About that.
When that demon attacked in the shop, you cut it down like it was nothing. Where did you learn to fight like that?
Look,
That's a rather obvious question, isn't it? I'm a knight. Sometimes knights have to fight, so I learned. It's that simple.
I have some questions.
Knights don't usually fight demons, though. In fact, I believe only demon hunters and mages have that skill. So, how did you do it? You're free to believe whatever you want. I am confident in my ability to slay both demon and human. That is all you need to know. You're not going to tell me where your power comes from, are you? You catch on quick.
About that.
That woman Althea, just who is she to you?
What is it?
She's my commander, one of the greatest the Empire has ever had. I get my orders from her and carry them out. That's that.
I'll be off then.
That's all I wanted to discuss. Finally.
Not getting paid enough for this.
Yeah, you and me both, Victoria. Alright, I think we've dawdled enough. Let's head down into the mines and see what the frick is going on there. The mines are starkly cold compared to the warmth of the sunny day outside. It is quiet. Victoria is taking great care to keep you out of sight of any stray workers.
Something tells me we are not supposed to be here.
Be quiet, would you? You would think someone like you would see the value in keeping a low profile. Must be my handsome charm keeping me alive. Ah! A sudden scream rings out in the quiet mine, echoing eerily along the walls. Victoria shoots forward before anyone else has time to react. Michael lets out an exasperated sigh.
How curious.
Look at her go. Not even a hint of trying to stay quiet. You would think someone like her would see the value in keeping a low profile. Wait, Victoria! We really shouldn't get separated down here. And she's gone. What should we do, Alex?
I'll do it.
It sounds like someone's in trouble. We should help.
Whoa!
Wait, Alex! How did I end up with two people with a hero complex? The stones beneath your feet are brittle and unsteady, and you almost fall skidding around a sharp turn. The passage has opened up into a large cave. In the middle stands a woman, her hands outstretched and glowing with a bright golden light.
Get out of my way, demon! You're ruining my experiment!
A demon stands tall, towering over the woman. You are making a grave mistake. Think of how powerful we could be. Two beings of magic working together. You could have everything you've ever dreamed of, even.
Not interested.
We have to help.
Victoria, we have to...
Got it.
Way ahead of you. Victoria rushes forward, sword drawn, and the stranger jumps back in surprise when the hunter cuts in. Who? Victoria cuts the demon down and it lets out an angry shriek. The locket around your neck starts glowing.
Let's go!
Alex, I think it might be time. Let's seal the spirit away before it escapes. Alright. It's sealing time. Okay, great. I gotta get... The demon roars as it dissolves and is sucked into the glowing locket. The mines fall silent again.
Everyone all right?
Are you alright? Are you all okay? No one got hurt, right? We're fine, Alex. Can't say I'll ever get used to that weird magic, though.
Fascinating. Just how did you do that?
You all jump as the stranger is suddenly in your face. Her gloved hands grabbed yours without any consideration to personal space to get a closer look at the locket that's still glowing faintly.
Is this some kind of portable alchemy table? It was alchemy you were using, right? What kind of magic was used to forge this? It cannot be powered by a crystal. The mass of the device would not be able to hold such power. But then what?
Okay, yeah, she's cute. Needs to learn about personal space, but she's cute. Yeah, just, your face explodes in color as the woman stands very close. Her nimble fingers running over and toying with the locket, which is still stuck on the cord around your neck. Victoria sighs heavily. Mage, I think you should step back from the alchemist before they pass out. Oh, right, that was rather rude, wasn't it? My apologies. I should have introduced myself before proceeding. She releases you and takes a step back, and you take in a deep, shuddering breath.
My name is Anne Sophia Bernadette Hovland, a scholar under the Seven Winds Academy.
She must be the mage Quinn was telling us about.
A student from the Mage Academy, huh? Quite rare to see one of those outside the little fortress in the woods.
Anne seems to completely ignore the comments. Her attention is wholly focused on you. Or at least the locket.
I am writing my thesis on alternative power sources for magic-infused artifacts, and you simply must let me take a look at this device. I have never seen anything like it. If I could uncover the mysteries behind it, I'd be the envy of the entire academy.
About that.
Why did you come down here? The crystals mined in this area are one of the most common resources for powering magical artifacts. I felt it was only right to start my research looking into the current practices, but I did not expect to find such an interesting research subject wandering around down here. It must have been the blessing of Isis that made you show up when you did. Just up. Sorry, I had a little start there from my phone deciding to go off. So, okay. Actually, let's put that on silent for now. Alright. Alright. Just from watching the intro and such, I admit I kind of got a little bit of a thing for Anne. So, yeah, I'm just a blessing, huh? Does this mean you and I meeting like this is some kind of fated encounter? I think that might be a stretch. Sorry, what was your name again?
Hello.
I'm Alex. Nice to meet you, Anne.
The pleasure is all mine.
You're writing a what now? I thought mages worked in shops and such.
About that.
Most do, but there are a few who choose to pursue a career at the academy itself as researchers. In order to get such a position, however, you need to write a thesis, an extensive research report with the knowledge you have gained while traveling. Most candidates fail. Fail? Either they fail to gain new knowledge, or they die trying.
Yikes!
Okay, not cool. You're not wrong, but I will be successful. Don't doubt that. You're from the Mage Academy? Yes, graduated just last month. But I already miss it. No need to worry though. If everything goes to plan, I will have my thesis done and ready for publication within this season, and I'll be back before summer ends. Yeah, no, just wake me up when that happens. Quinn was the one who sent us here.
They told us you might be able to help us learn more about this law. You see, the power source is... well, that would be me.
There was a pregnant pause while Anne blinks at mine, for the first time noticing the short spirit girl standing partially hidden behind you, and then all color appears to leave her face.
A spirit? But that's taboo. Against the teachings of the Holy Sun. How did you even... Oh, wait! I get it! This must be some kind of government-licensed project, right? That's why you have a demon hunter with you.
Government licensed. Sure. Let's call it that.
No, I am not getting tangled up in something like this. Do you know what happens to mages who get involved with sketchy things like this?
I know it's not ideal, and I understand why you would be suspicious. Maybe we can make it worth your while? We're both searching for something, and our goals appear to be the same. So, what if we make a deal?
A deal, you say? I'm not going to lie. I'm curious about that locket of yours. It's certainly a lot more interesting than what I've found down here so far. Leaving town in search of a new mine would also put me way behind schedule. I really don't have time for this.
For what it's worth, we are currently working on the orders of the Knight Commander of Erebus. The nature of our mission, however, demands a little discretion.
By discretion, they approve as long as you don't fail. But I suppose being chosen by the Knight Commander herself does give you some credibility. If I help you with this demon problem of yours, you promise that you will help me with my research? I will need to study that locket of yours thoroughly.
Your choice will affect Anne's path going forward. Okay, so do we try to make her see the reality of the situation? And people's lives are at stake. I need her to realize her personal goals have to come second. Or promise. We can make this work in a way that is beneficial for both of us. Yeah, let's go with that.
If you help us, I promise I'll do anything I can to help with your thesis.
Anything.
Wow. Not sure if I like where this is going, but
First you sell your soul to a spirit. Now a mad scientist. Nice.
Very well, Alchemist. I'll bite. You have my expertise, and in return, we'll see what I come up with. I'm sure my grand experiment will be absolutely ingenious.
That sounds fun. This is going to be fun, right?
I don't know.
I've never had the chance to talk to a spirit before. At the academy, they are confined for safety reasons.
Safety? What? So the students can't hurt them?
Oh, no, actually, quite the opposite. The spirits at the academy are a lot less friendly than you.
Oh, well, I suppose if I was kept cooped up all day in school, I'd be pretty grumpy too.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. Alright, so let's stop back at the flower shop and check in on... Hello, Quinn. It's been a while.
Lovely.
And how lovely to see you. I was wondering if you would end up burying yourself down in the mines for your entire stay. That was the plan, but as luck would have it, I found something much more interesting to write about than magic crystals. So, how was it you guys knew each other again?
Actually,
Anne and I both graduated from the Mage Academy. Not the same class, but, you know, it's a small place. Only you would find a massive castle small. But I guess you never liked being cooped up indoors for too long. Unlike you, who'd be happy in a box as long as you get to bring a book. If the box is comfy, then sure. So, Anne is a cat. Make a note of that, folks. Anne is part cat. Quinn laughs and shakes her head. Their head. Sorry. Sorry, Quinn. So, what brings you all back to my shop? You can't possibly have time to just make social calls.
I'll be off then.
Take care.
Oh, and Anne,
Yes?
do drop by from time to time while you're here, won't you? I miss our game nights.
Okay. I'll see if I can find some time.
Perfect. I'll see you around.
Game nights with Quinn. I'd be down for that. It's getting late. Are you ready to retire for the night? Make sure you visited everyone you wanted to before proceeding. Alright. So let's just check in with everyone and see how things are going.
See you around.
All right.
Yep.
So, Anne, I take it you're from the Mage Academy.
That would be correct. And you are a wild mage, an unauthorized practitioner of magic.
Saying it like that makes it sound a lot more exciting than it is.
Don't you ever get tired? Being on the run, having to live your life in secret? It sounds exhausting.
What can I say? I just really don't like doing homework.
You know, there is a valid point there. I don't think any of us like to do
Hi.
homework.
I have some questions.
You were acting pretty weird when we went out to the forest. What was that all about? Me? Weird? No, no way. That's the kind of voice that you make when it's like, yeah, everything's completely normal. Yeah, that's the ticket. Yeah. So, you noticed, huh? I'm sorry I was acting weird. The forest is a special place for me. It was where Victoria found me, and there are lots of things I'd like answers to, but it's not really all that important. I'll stay on track from now on, don't you worry.
I wonder.
I would like to talk about our companions. We're quite the odd bunch now, aren't we? What do you want to talk about?
Tell me about.
What do you think about this Michael fellow? He's great fun to be around. He's always smiling and positive, and doesn't seem to mind my spiritness at all. I feel like he's hiding something, though. Like, I notice him sometimes staring off into space, and he just looks so sad. I hope we can become friends so we can help him with whatever he's struggling with. Hopefully before Victoria murders him.
So,
What are your thoughts about Anne?
I wonder.
Well, she seems sweet, but also really quiet. She's very focused on her research, and she only ever talks to me to ask questions about the spirit locket. It would be nice to get to know her a little better, but honestly, she doesn't seem interested in making friends.
I'll be off then.
Let's go!
Back to work. Alright, and Anne is in the market. The town square is busy and buzzing with people eager to share stories and gossip with one another. However, one lone figure stands out, staying off to the side and staring at the crowd with apprehension.
Hi.
Hi there, Anne. Are you okay? It looks like you're trying to become one with that wall back there. If I knew a spell that would let me blend in with the building, then now would be the best time to use it. Quinn insisted that I take a walk and get to know the town. I honestly don't see the point, as I will be leaving this place soon, but here I am anyway.
Well,
Quinn is right. Anemone Valley is a really nice place once you get to know it a bit better. Right. I'll need more concrete evidence than that to be convinced. Was there something you wanted, by the way? I might as well keep you here while I pretend to be sightseeing. That way, if we get chased down by an angry mob, there will be at least two of us running. So, I'm curious. What exactly is it you think you'll discover from researching Mime and me?
If things pan out right, then these experiments might yield a solution to the Empire's shortage of magic energy.
Wait, what?
that sounds nice.
Wow, Anne, you're amazing. I mean, that sounds amazing. It is, isn't it? And you're going to play a part in this as well. As things stand right now, all Tinker Magic creations need a source of magical energy to power them when a mage is not near. Almost all devices today are powered by magical crystals. Since there are only so many crystals to go around, this means the cost of those crystals steadily continues to rise, which in turn gives a disproportionate amount of power to those who own the crystal mines, since there's no alternative. But you don't need a crystal. You're a completely normal, no magic human using an alchemy table without any clear power source. If I can figure out how you do it, this might very well change the world as we know it.
That's great.
It's an admirable goal, wanting to help the world like that. Oh, you misunderstand. I don't give a damn about those people. Their petty problems mean nothing to me. But with a discovery like that, I'm absolutely certain to be granted a professor title. Then I can go back to doing whatever research I want, and the world can continue to destroy itself for some other dumb reason. Wow, okay. Maybe I'm making a mistake learning more about Anne, because she doesn't exactly seem... Well, maybe I just need to crack through. But just on first glance, it's like, yeah, she really doesn't care about anybody but herself.
I wonder.
You and Quinn seem to be close. Quinn is one of those people who grows on you over time, and once ensnared, they'll not stop shoving all their friendship and love on you.
They are my best friend, honestly.
We were both rather quirky compared to some of the other kids growing up at the academy. Despite Quinn being a year ahead of me, we just clicked and have remained strong friends since.
Tell me.
You keep returning to this professor thing. Why do you want to become one so badly?
That makes sense.
I guess it wouldn't make much sense to someone who isn't a mage, but I'll try to explain. Once a mage has graduated from the academy, we're thrown out. Some would call it being reassigned to professional positions, but that just means we get thrown out and into a job we didn't choose in a random city we don't know. Then we have to work the rest of our lives, praying that we don't make a mistake that'll land us in prison, or worse. The Mage Academy is the only place where we can be free to practice our craft without having the fear that a single mistake or misunderstanding could be the end of us. But the only people who get to stay at the academy after graduation are the professors. Those few experts are allowed to study their craft to the benefit of all, the ones tasked with teaching the next generation. That's what I want for myself, hence my current trial.
I'll be off then.
Bye then.
You're right. The sooner we get this demon nonsense out of the way, the sooner I can begin running some tests on you and mime. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm all full up with Elizabeth, so... Okay, and I can't go to anywhere that doesn't have a bubble by it. So, yeah, okay, let's... The sun is setting over the town of Anemone Valley, and you and your strange group of companions have returned to the alchemy shop. As everyone gets settled, you and Elizabeth stand together, observing this strange group.
Well, child, when I originally sent you out to bring back ingredients, this is not what I had in mind.
Mage, you keep your hands to yourself. I won't have you cooking up some vile magic using the remains of this shop.
I was simply trying to be a helpful guest, picking up some of the debris. But if you don't trust my abilities, perhaps Anne would be so kind as to use some of her tinker magic to fix this.
I specialize in magic-infused items, Michael. I can't just repair any chair or table I come across.
So you have specialized mages for fixing a table.
Well, of course not. The mages specializing in furniture do both chairs and tables. Don't be absurd.
I wonder why I don't get magic from the Mage Academy.
It seems every time I send you outside on an errand, you return with more and more eccentric characters. I fear I should put you on house arrest.
At least we're making a difference. That's better than sitting around doing nothing.
Your optimism never fails to amuse me, child. Perhaps if there were more people like you in the world, it wouldn't be in such a state. I understand why you brought these people here, and I respect Victoria's judgment. I just worry all of this activity will draw unwanted attention to us.
There's a sudden knock on the door, and the conversation dies.
This is strange. Who could that be at this hour?
Elizabeth walks over to answer the door, and she has barely turned the handle when it bursts open. Oh great, this douchebag. The imposing figure of Goldner forces his way in, sneering at the group that awaits him inside. Yeah. I don't like you, Goldner. My one friend that turned me on to this game doesn't like you. I don't think anybody likes you. Who knows? Maybe even the developers don't like you. That's why you're such a jerk.
Good evening, Madam Alchemist. I
hope you don't mind a bit of a surprise visit.
Two more men step into the shop. Their figures imposing as they push past the mine owner and into the shop. Elizabeth keeps her cool, but you notice her knuckles turning white as she clutches her cane.
Messer Goldner. What an unexpected surprise. What brings you here at this late hour?
Oh, you know, general douchebaggery. Being a jackass to all I meet. Hating on mages, you know, that sort of thing. There is a crash as one of the men roughly pushes the remains of a bookshelf aside in order to make his way out to the kitchen. Goldner grins smugly.
Merely the concerns of a good neighbor. You see, the lads and I have been quite distraught about these strange occurrences. First the forest, and then this strange fire. And now it has come to our attention that an outlander is sneaking around somewhere in town. We were merely concerned and wanted to check in on you, to make sure he hasn't been hiding out somewhere in the remains of your shop.
There's a crash out back, the sound of something shattering.
Your friends sure are a set of clumsy fellows. Are they like this when you invite them home for tea, too? Must be a hassle.
I remember you. You were down at the flower shop as well. Magic filth plotting together, no wonder we citizens have to take matters into our own hands.
Look, Miss Eyre, the person you're looking for is obviously not here. Why don't you and your friends go and look for him somewhere else?
The man lets out a cruel laugh.
And now you're even telling me what to do. You have some gall, child. Pests like you should learn to keep your mouth shut.
That is quite enough.
Elizabeth steps in and her eyes are burning. You've seen your teacher mad before, but this is on a completely different level. Like a carefully contained inferno.
Messer Goldner, I am a patient woman, but I will not tolerate you insulting my apprentice.
I believe now is the time for you and your companions to leave. The man looks slightly taken aback by the sudden change in the old woman, and he even flinches a little from the burning fire in her eyes. But then he catches himself like a rooster puffing off its feathers.
This is. Don't you dare speak like this to me. You do not want to make an enemy of me, madam.
I believe that any chance of a civil relationship ended a while ago, Messer. Now, if you would be so kind, get out of my shop.
The man looks furious, eyes flickering between you and your teacher. Victoria stands up, her hand lazily coming to rest on the hilt of her sword, red eyes glaring holes through the man.
Oh, we're having a brawl. Marvelous.
Wait, we're what?
The guys from the back return and take one look at Victoria's glare before quickly excusing themselves and rushing through the room and out the front door. Goldner looks flustered and frustrated, but even he can see the battle is lost and sniffs dismissively.
Very well. I shall take my leave. This is not the last you will hear about this.
The man leaves, slamming the door behind him, and there's a collective sigh of relief in the room. Ah, good. The air feels less douchebaggy now.
Really? That was it?
Elizabeth lets out a low chuckle and slumps against her cane, looking awfully pale.
Are you okay?
Come here, let's sit down. Elizabeth chuckles as you carefully guide her over to a chair so she can sit down for a moment. No need to fret, child. I'm fine. Just a bit more excitement than I'm used to, that's all. It is my own fault, though, for not wanting to admit sooner that this was the obvious outcome. That man has been on our case for years now, always looking for a chance to get in and wreak havoc on our hard-won peace.
That seems odd.
Just who are they looking for, anyway? What did they mean by Outlander? They are a people full of mountain dwellers living beyond the borders of the Althean Empire. They are a reclusive society that rarely interacts with any of their neighboring states. The fact that one of them shows up here at this time, it's highly suspicious.
A stranger far away from home, caught in a local conflict due to their race. How very predictable.
I'll do.
We have to help them, right? If Goldner and his goons find them, there's no telling what they'll do.
You do realize.
What? You want to go outside? Don't you think it's best we stay out if we stay out of this? We're already in way too much trouble for my liking. Come now, Aunt. And my dear, where's your hero's spirit? Some poor fellow who is out there in the city being chased by an angry mob. Don't you want to lend a hand? Anne just glares at him dully, then sighs. I guess we could go take a look.
Okay.
I agree that catching this person first seems to be in our interest, but he could have gone anywhere in town by now. Outlanders are magical beings, though, right? So shouldn't a hunter like you be able to track him down?
About that.
We should at least give it a try, right? He might have important information that could help us. I'm loath to admit it, but I agree with you, Mime.
We don't have a lot of time. Paragons help you if any of you try something funny.
Fun. In your presence? Perish the thought.
You head out into the streets and begin your search. Victoria takes the lead, hand planted firmly on the hilt of her sword, and eyes hard and focused. The streets are quiet at this late hour, and you notice nothing suspicious on your way to the market square.
So, Victoria, you can sense magic as well?
I guess that explains how you found me, out in the forest back then. Hunters can't sense magic. It's the swords they carry that guide them toward chaotic magic. They're holy weapons, forged by rituals following the teachings of Isif, the paragon and founder of the Mage Academy. I guess I shouldn't be surprised you would know about these practices, Anne.
Hunters did save my life by bringing me to the academy, so I've made it a point to be well informed.
Saved your life, huh? Also, Michael, would you stop that? I'm trying to concentrate.
You turn to Michael, who is smirking innocently, a little purple flame dancing in his palm.
Sorry. I was just curious as to how effective the holy weapon of yours was.
Honestly, all I see is the piece of dragon bone strapped to the hilt of your sword.
Really?
Dragon bone? That's quite the rare material. The dragons have been gone for centuries, after all. But it's quite popular in the use of weapon making, since it provides the wielder a bit of an edge, so to say, over magical opponents.
Don't be absurd. Dragons? Really? That sounds like a fairy tale. Victoria, don't you agree?
But Victoria doesn't answer, her head snapping to the side at the same time as Mime's ears perk up in attention. Guys, I'm sensing another sudden burst of spirit energy. In that instant, a familiar kid comes shooting around the corner, wide-eyed and out of breath.
Alchemist! I'm so glad I found it. I was going to the alchemy shop, but Roman, my brother, I saw him.
That's great.
You found him? That's very impressive. Well done, Kim. The kid's face flushes slightly red, mixing with the blue to create a very unhealthy looking hue. And then he remembers to breathe again and somehow calms himself down enough to speak.
Thank you. Well,
My brother. He was with a group of people and they were dragging this tall guy with them. I followed them out of town. It looked like they went into the mines.
awesome.
Well done, Kim. We'll go investigate at once. I'm coming along too. I want to help.
Actually,
Honestly, Kim, where we're going, you will just be in the way. I need you to stay behind so we can focus on solving this mess, okay?
I understand. Fine. I'll stay back. But please take care, okay?
Kim leaves and you follow his directions to the mines. You arrive and head inside. The faint glow of the crystals the only thing lighting your way. Once you go further in, you notice someone standing guard. You're pretty sure you've seen him around town, buying flowers from Quinn's shop, but now his expression is empty. He's unfocused, like he isn't entirely there.
Yep. That one's definitely influenced by a spirit.
This is bad. If he sees us, then he'll alert whoever is in there. There's no obvious way to sneak up on him either. Don't you know some alchemy remedy that might help us out? Maybe something that will knock him out for a bit? That's not a bad idea. Though you should probably be careful not to hurt him. You say that, but witnesses are such a hassle. Alright. Whoa, no. Wrong one. I don't want to kill him. There we go, sleeping drought. That's what I wanted. You craft the potion and take a moment to weigh the vial in your hands before you throw it into the cave. The glass shatters and a thin white mist spreads. The guard looks around startled, making a move to run, and then immediately slumps forward, collapsing on the floor.
Well, isn't this neat?
That was effective. Alchemy can be kind of scary.
Actually,
Don't worry. I made sure the potion only knocked him out.
Oh, really?
Fascinating. It makes me curious what other stuff this harmless type of magic is capable of. Don't get any ideas. We should move while we still have the element of surprise. Always so cold. Very well, let's go. You wander deeper into the mines. The passage ends in an open cave, hiding behind a pile of big rocks. Someone is standing in the center. A man is on his knees on the cold cave floor, and before them stands Ronan in his frightening demon form.
You have to excuse my lack of manners, but I am growing impatient. Me and my brethren here have been waiting quite a while for this moment, and your stubborn hero charade is honestly starting to piss me off. So I will ask you, for the last time, how do we break the seal?
The man on the ground is unlike anyone you have ever seen before. His skin is a colorless gray, hair white as snow, but along his exposed arm run glowing blue markings like crystal ore, and when he looks up to glare at the demon, his eyes are alight with the same gemstone glow.
You are fooling yourself if you think I'd ever bargain with a demon. Your end will come soon enough, and you will return to your prison once more.
And you believe that you will be the one to do that? The valiant hero swooping in to save the day? How well is that working out for you?
My failure is my shame to bear. I cannot change that, but I refuse to add any more regrets to my name. I will tell you nothing.
And it's good that there are other ways for me to gain your cooperation.
With a wave of his hand, a demon appears at his side, tall and lanky with soulless eyes, staring down at the Outlander almost hungrily. The Outlander looks mildly queasy, but hides it well behind a sneer.
So you intend to have this one possess me? You don't have the courage to do so yourself?
I usually prefer to be more hands-on. However, this body I'm inhabiting still has its uses, so I can't give it up quite yet. Do not fear, though. My brother here is quite capable of the task.
The demon moves in and the Outlander tries to shift away, but there's nowhere to go. You observe the cave carefully, feeling a spark of nerve settle in your stomach. So this is what you agreed to, back when you made the deal with Althea. The demons aren't kidding around. You know from first-hand experience, yet something has to be done. Your answer will impact the story going forward. I am ready for this. I accept the path I have chosen, and I will emerge victorious. I am afraid I have taken on too much, but I will push through my fears to do what is right. No, fuck that! We're being confident as hell! You step into the room boldly.
Enough of this, Ronan. This ends here. I won't allow you to hurt any more people.
Ronan's red eyes turn to you, and his head tilts curiously to the side with a wicked grin.
Well, if it isn't the little alchemist. I could have sworn I'd left you dead in a ditch not too long ago. How interesting. Well, that gives me a welcome opportunity to thank you. If it hadn't been for your timely arrival back in that alley, I would never have succeeded in possessing this foolish human properly. But, alas, you are not useful to me now. So it's time for you to die. For real this time.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I agree. After all, it would be a hassle if my guinea pig was to die before I even got to start my research.
You and Mime do what you have to do. We'll make sure you're not interrupted.
Let's do this.
Okay. Whew. This is... It seems I have underestimated you, alchemist. Trust me when I say that that will not happen again. The man disappears into the shadows. You turn to the stranger on the ground, who watches you curiously. You rush over to the man on the ground and begin the work of untying his bindings. Are you okay? He didn't hurt you, did he? You ask concerned and freeze when he looks up at you, those glowing eyes piercing right through your soul.
Thank you.
I'm fine, thank you. Your help is most appreciated. Right. You're welcome. Yeah, I'll just give you a double. Why not? You untie the binds and help him stand. His hands feel warm in yours in the brief moment they touch, and he smiles gratefully, making your face flush. He looks past you to where the others are standing, and he bows his head deeply.
I'm most grateful to all of you. That was quite a dangerous situation I found myself in.
Yeah, you really got yourself in a fine mess there. Just who are you? And how did you end up captured by such fine people?
My name is Caden. And as for how I came to be here, I was trying to help stop these demons leaking out of their prison. However, my efforts seem to have done nothing more than make the situation worse.
So you had something to do with the demons escaping into town?
Victoria's hand is already reaching towards her sword, and Michael tuts.
How about we let the man talk before you draw that thing?
That's new.
You said you were trying to stop the demons from escaping some prison? Does that mean the spirits were locked away somewhere nearby? That is correct. This underground cavern hosts one of the few known demon prisons within the borders of the Althian Empire. The underground crystal ore seems to have been used to form a protective seal, not unlike how the goddess of mercy won the final battle of the dragons by casting a spell. What are you talking about? Goddess of mercy? This isn't making any sense to me. Could you please explain?
I don't understand.
You don't know? How is that possible? Maybe the Dags use other terms? These are all legends of the old religion. I'm afraid, my tall friend, you will have to fill us in, as these stories are not commonly told among people in this land anymore.
How curious.
Well, that's puzzling.
I suppose I can give it a try. Though I am no bard.
A great many centuries ago, before there were humans or outlanders, the Elder Ones who inhabited the continent were at war with the ancient dragons. So Cthulhu was fighting Tiamat. Got it. The war ended when one of the 7 gods, the goddess of mercy, cast a spell that sealed away the spirits of the dragons for good. The world was finally at peace, and she and her brethren disappeared. This legend inspired many powerful mages in the centuries to come. They strived to create similar spells to get rid of unfavorable spirits, and these ancient spells relied on the crystals that occur naturally beneath this continent to fuel their seal. My people hold records over many such spirit prisons spread out across the continent, one of which resides under this very valley. When we became aware that humans are now mining this resource, we suspected that might have unfavorable consequences. It weakened the seal. Exactly.
I came here to mend the damage that had been done. Though, looking back now, I probably should have gone about this differently. I had brought with me an artifact for the task, and was in the midst of performing the ritual to mend the rift, when one of the miners interrupted me. I'm actually not too sure what happened after. The ritual failed, and I woke up in that man, Goldner's estate. I learned that he was the one in charge of the mining activity, and tried to explain the situation to him. However, he proved to be quite difficult.
Yeah, we have a term for that. I'm not sure if, you Outlanders have the same term. He's called a douchebag. Douchebag, asshole. There's a lot of terms that we can use for him.
So Goldner's the one who's to blame for the demons? Why am I not surprised?
That blasted idiot refused to listen to reason. Kept me locked up for days. And when I finally made a lucky escape, he and his goons chased me all across town, and I lost them. But then ran straight into those demon-possessed humans, and, well, you know the rest.
Yeah.
Looks like you've had a real stellar introduction to the outside world.
How shocking.
This is all so much new information, my head's spinning. Dragon spirits? The mines? What are we going to do about all this?
We have to do something about this seal. Making sure no more demons escape should be our first priority.
Do you think we should ask Alethea for help? I mean, I know you're an awesome knight, Victoria, but would it make more sense to have, I don't know, more people here?
I am afraid it's not that simple. While I do think Caden's story is worth looking into, the people in charge of the Knights aren't easily going to dispatch people and possibly cause panic. Not when the only witness is a foreigner.
Well, what do you know, Victoria? I didn't think I'd see the day a knight would admit the system was corrupt. Honesty suits you.
Oh, get lost, Michael. I never said the Empire was perfect, but unlike you, I prefer to make positive changes while keeping order, instead of simply burning the whole thing down.
You say that as if the world weren't already on fire.
Okay then.
Is no one going to address the fact that all of this is based on what? A legend? Dragons and spells of some forgotten goddess? None of this is based on factual information.
The records kept by my people are not lacking. If you want proof, then I am sure we can cross-reference it with any of this town's records. That's going to be difficult. I don't follow. Back before our dear Academy mage was born, the Empire decided keeping records was too troublesome. It's much easier to appear competent after all. All proof of your past mistakes disappears. So all such documents were destroyed. Whatever records they might have had in this town, they are gone. Together with the people who wrote them.
So the people would willingly destroy their own history? That's madness.
Welcome to human society.
You know what? In all of this, I'm sorry, hey Anne, but Glowing Crystal guy, he makes the most sense out of all of this.
His story does seem to match up with what we've experienced, and I don't see any reason why he would lie. I trust him for now. His story at least warrants some investigation. Don't you agree?
I still think this is a waste of time, but whatever. Do as you please.
With Anne appeased for the moment, Victoria turns to the Outlander, questions in her eyes.
You mentioned some kind of spell that could stop this?
I brought an artifact with me that has the power needed to mend tears in seals like these. If I'd succeeded in stabilizing it, then things could have gone back to the way they were. As long as no one went and broke it again.
Did you say powerful artifact?
Oh God. Well, that certainly got Anne's attention.
Anne, please calm yourself. You're scared the man.
The artifact is one of my people's most valuable treasures. Power.
Well, what are you waiting for? Hand it over so I can take a look.
Goldner took it, didn't he?
He did. I have no idea where he might have taken it.
Wait, now what?
We have to get that artifact back and finish the ritual.
You know, we can't just waltz into the man's home and steal something.
No, but we can fuck him up and then take it.
As a noble, no doubt he has all sorts of security to protect himself.
We'll fuck up the security and we'll fuck him up and then we'll take it back.
You're right. We should just kill this Goldner guy and stop the lying. That would be the easy solution.
Okay, I have no objection to the killing plan, but this is just me talking here. Let's put that on the back burner for now, and let's just call that Plan B.
How in the world is that a better solution?
No one will have to die if we work smart.
Okay, Victoria, you just earned some good points there.
And trust me, you wouldn't survive the aftermath of such a scandal.
Thank you.
Spoil sport.
Okay, Michael, I get that you want to just burn the entire world down, even if it is already on fire, but yeah. Limits, dude. Limits.
We'll find a way to get the artifact back from Goldner. We're going in with a proper plan. There's still much about this whole situation that's too unclear.
Well, if information is what we're after. Kaden, you've got to go through as much of this ritual as you can with me. I also need some detailed descriptions of this artifact we're looking for.
Okay, I'll go. There's no need to pull on me like that.
Yeah. Again, Anne, chill your tits, okay?
Guess we are going back to the shop? I wonder what Elizabeth is going to say to all of this.
Really only one way to find out, isn't there?
Yes, that's true. Such a strange group. Such a strange quest. Come with us.
You leave the mines and return to the shop for the night. Oh, great. You brought in another stray. Lovely. Chapter 2. A Broken Legacy. You dream that night. A dream of a sparrow and raven sitting side by side. An owl dead between their branch. Beneath their branch. The woods are dark, the trees eerie still, and from their depths steps a man wearing a deer skull as a mask. Why is it always a deer skull? Well, I mean, I guess because it'd be a bit too much work to try to make a mask out of chipmunk skulls or something. I don't know. This is only the beginning. You awake with a start, breathing heavily as the mists of the nightmare fade from your vision. Mime is still fast asleep. Where is she? Do spirits even sleep? You're not sure, but she doesn't stir even as you rise from your bed. The cover is feeling damp and suffocating. You step outside your room to breathe. Your little quest comes to a halt, however, when you spot another resident awake at this late hour. Victoria slips out the front door of the shop, and you stand for a moment, weighing your options before you decide to follow. Staying as quiet as possible, you follow Victoria out into the alleyway behind the shop.
Victoria. I am ready to hear your report.
Thank you. You listen as Victoria relays the day's activities to her commander.
This is where we stand. I believe our next course of action should be to file for a warrant of the Golden Estate to retrieve the sword and...
That would hardly be a swift solution, would it, Victoria? To file such a request and get it approved might take weeks. And let's not forget, we need to disclose the reason why this magical artifact would have been entrusted to you instead of simply being destroyed.
protocol.
Sometimes we find ourselves in situations where alternative measures must be taken. If what this outlander says is true, and the situation can be resolved by completing this ritual, then that is now your highest priority.
With all due respect, Commander, this magic, we know nothing about it. It's as chaotic as it comes. If the Paragon knew about this...
I have already informed him of the situation, and he agrees with my assessment.
What?
The Paragon agrees. The sacrifice is worth it to keep the peace. Things are not as stable in the capital as they appear to be. An incident like this could cause a lot of unnecessary stress. I won't get into political details. Just know that this is by far the better option.
Althea, is Elizabeth gonna have regrets about trying to bang you or whatever if she finds out about this? I mean, I'm just asking.
Politics.
Do you understand your orders?
I do.
Very well. I will be waiting your report on a successful mission then.
The image disappears, and you can no longer see Victoria's expression in the dark. You know what? Screw it. I gotta find out. Okay, what's going on here? You step out from your hiding spot and approach Victoria, who lets out a sigh. And just how long have you been standing there? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Yet here you are. It seems there's no other way than to go through with this break-in. Damn it, this is not how I wanted this to go. I don't really like this plan either, but it doesn't seem like we have much of a choice. I won't disagree, but this is not how things should work.
I do not want to be the judge of who or what deserves punishment. People's opinions are flawed. I am flawed. The system ensures that I don't make a mistake.
Okay. Your choice will impact Victoria's path going forward. Yeah, we need the law, but the system is made by people too. Let's go back to the die here. I'll roll a d6. Odds, we go with option 1. Evens, we'll go with option 2. Option 1.
About that.
Well, the system isn't perfect either. If we all agreed murder was okay, then that would be a law, but it wouldn't be right. I think being able to assess your own morals and stand up to the people in power when you think they are wrong is a true form of courage. Victoria is silent for the longest time, mulling over your words. I don't agree with you. How can a society work without any rules? Why should my morals be more valid than someone else's? Why are we even discussing this? No matter. Go back to bed. I have work to do. Are you going to be okay? Going out on your own?
Huh?
Your concern is touching, but I'll be fine. You'd better not oversleep tomorrow, so go back inside. Victoria disappears down the street and you return to your room with a sigh. As you get up to face a new day, the sound of the valley waking up is strikingly normal. But things are not what they used to be. Your mind no longer lingers on mundane issues like your annual upcoming graduation or the flower festival. Instead, it dances around these strange new companions you have gathered, and the quest ahead of all of you. Mime, too, seems to be in a more serious mood. She is sitting by the broken window, staring out into the street with a faraway look in her eyes. Hey there, Mime. Are you feeling alright? Oh, good morning, Alex. I'm fine. Just zoned out there for a moment.
About that.
This really went and took a turn on us, didn't it? An ancient spirit prison, huh? This is all so much bigger than I'd thought. I think because you turned out okay, it didn't really occur to me just how many people would get hurt by this. How many people are going to end up like that kid Kim, losing someone they care about to madness?
I wonder.
You tackled that incident with Ronan yesterday so confidently. You didn't seem to doubt even for a second that we would be able to handle the situation. Meanwhile, all I could think about was how I could get away.
About that.
It's important that we try. We won't be perfect, but that's still better than doing nothing.
Maybe, but...
But then what about us? Are we just going to face this danger head on? I wonder if I'll be brave enough when it matters. Anyway, that's not really important right now. We should meet up with the others. It doesn't take long before your group of companions have gathered in the small shop. Some more awake than others. Victoria is sitting in the corner sipping on a coffee, looking a bit haggard like she didn't sleep at all.
Are you okay, Victoria? You look a bit...
What our dear spirit friend is trying to say is, you look like you have been coughed up by a cat.
Victoria's eye twitches. Dude, do not mess with someone who has not had their coffee. I've done that. It does not end well.
I'm fine. was up all of last night investigating this Goldner's mansion. I'm afraid Anne's guess was correct. The place is heavily guarded, and I sensed magic somewhere inside as well.
Traps? Or something else? That man is quite a hypocrite, isn't he? Hating magic, but then turning around and using it to protect himself.
I agree. However, that doesn't make the situation any less difficult.
What about you, our tall friend? Anything useful to add about how you escaped that place?
As an agent of my people, you can imagine that I'm not entirely without skill myself. Going back in, however, if it wasn't due to the gravity of our situation, I would never consider it.
It's a great risk, but we have no choice. We need that artifact now. Failure is not an option, which means I'm going to need your assistance. All of you.
Wait, what?
I need your help.
There's a moment of stunned silence as the words sink in.
I've got to admit, I did not expect that. Did the knight herself really just ask for our help?
Does this mean you actually think of us as a team? Oh, this is so exciting.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I still think the lot of you are dangerous individuals who must be watched. However...
We're happy to help. Just tell us what we need to do.
we need a way in. We need to deal with any guards and traps we encounter. And we need to locate the artifact.
I'm sure someone working for Goldner would know where he'd store an artifact like that. I've seen his guards hang around the tavern. A bit of friendly eavesdropping might be enlightening. And as for any magical items we might come across, I'm sure a resident tinker mage will be quite capable of handling that.
Wait, what?
You wanted to know more about this Outlander artifact as well, did you not?
Well, yes, but...
If that's settled, perhaps we can use alchemy to get inside. It worked quite well down in the tunnels, and Elizabeth might have some ideas if we go ask her.
That's... actually not a bad plan, mine.
Really? That's great. Ooh, this is so exciting. It's starting to sound like we're going on some grand adventure together. Do we need a team name? Legendary heroes always have a team name. Something cool like the Valiant Victors, or maybe the Demon Detectives.
Demon Detectives, huh? That's, quite the name.
It's pretty cool, right?
No.
It's certainly unique.
I'm not sure I'm following this weird topsider tradition.
If we're a team, can I then veto this? I veto this.
You guys are no fun.
But tell me, Anne, what was life like at the academy?
Why do you ask? I thought you were confident the academy was a horrible mage prison.
Oh, yes. But that doesn't mean I know how you felt growing up there. I thought your perspective would be valuable to consider.
That's rather pragmatic of you. Very well, I'll bite. The academy is a wonderful place. A safe haven for mages to study and research without fear of the ignorant masses who wish us harm. Everything's in perfect balance, just like Izith intended. Does that answer your question?
It certainly confirms that they brainwashed the lot of you. That's for sure.
That's it. I'm done talking to you.
Alright. Well, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this episode. So, I do thank you guys so much for watching. If you like If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button so you know when I'll be streaming next. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you know when the next video goes live. And definitely go and check out Arcadia Fallen for yourselves. This is a great game. The folks at Godra Games, they did a fantastic job with this. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing through this some more. Until next time, this has been Breakman Z saying thank you so much for watching, and as always, may your save files never be corrupted. Take care, everyone.